What's up, sports bettors? I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite bets for Sunday Night Football. So we got Chiefs, Bucs, and what's pretty crazy is my bet is at plus 1,600 odds. So it's a touchdown scorer bet. I think you're really going to like it, so we're going to go through it here in a sec. But first, what's pretty interesting about the money line is the Chiefs, I believe, they opened as a favorite. And now you can see they're underdogs on every sports book. Kind of offered between minus 119 and minus 135. So if you're new to the OddsJam, YouTube channel, really what makes this YouTube different in this sports betting channel is we try to not only just give you our pick and our bet, but also kind of explain to you the strategies that you can implement to make money long term and beat the books. My background is I was a quant on Wall Street, was a very serious sports bettor. And, my goal is really to help you understand how to use data to make smarter bets, right? What's so fascinating about sports betting is, you essentially have hundreds of different sports books all running around trying to price the exact same bet. They all set at different lines, right? You can see the odds on the Chiefs ranges from, plus 105 to plus 116. Not every sports book has the same price. So you can essentially treat every bookmaker like an independent data point of where the line should be set as you try to find good bets. So the Bucs are, 1 to 2 point, favorites depending on the sports book. The total's at 46.5, 47 depending on the sports book, and the Bucs are minus 120 roughly on the money line. So this is a perfect example of how you can be a better sports bettor, a sharper sports bettor. If you want to take the under in this game, you should be taking it, if you have this sportsbook available, under 47 on Bet365 or Casumo. Both of these sportsbooks are laying minus 110 juice on under 47. Most sportsbooks have the total at over under 46.5 at minus 110 juice, right? So as a sharp bettor, what we're thinking is, wow, if there's 47 points exactly in this game and I take under 47, I'm pushing. Everybody else is losing who bet the under 46.5. So you can see this is minus 110. So if we go ahead and we put that into a little odds converter calculator, when you're betting at minus 110 juice, you only need to win 52.4% of your bets to break even. 52.4. That's it, right? You're winning 55% of the time. You're a pro sports bettor. You're a sharp sports bettor. You can do this full time for a living. If you can win on point spreads and totals just 55% of the time, right? And the way to do that is by squeaking out value, right? Finding value in the odds. So anyways, let's get on to some other bets. Anytime touchdown score, we got first touchdown score. First touchdown score, probably the best value I could find out there in the market for you is Mahomes, plus 2,700. Maybe worth a sprinkle, plus 2,700. That's not the official pick I locked in, but maybe if you want to dabble, plus 2,700. No other book giving us better than plus 2,200. Also, White, plus 3,300 on BWin. Doesn't seem horrible. So what we can do as well is just kind of look at the positive EV betting opportunities. So I just searched, the Bucs game, and there's 3 sharp bets with a mathematical edge. Those are known as, positive EV bets. So essentially the way that OddsJam works is it takes all this sports betting data, for one game, the amount of stuff you can bet on just one sports book is shocking, right? There's millions of odds. As a sports bettor, you can't possibly look through the millions of odds on sports books, which are all updating in real time kind of as the market moves around. Like, just look at this. It's absolute insanity. So what the positive EV tool does is it essentially, scans all of these lines. Here we have anytime touchdown score. We just went through, first touchdown score. It takes all these lines and tells you, hey, here are the bets that are like big discrepancies where you're possibly getting enough value to beat the vig, and these bets are sharp and mathematically profitable, right? They have an edge over the sportsbook. Usually, due to the 4% vig that sportsbooks charge, they have an edge over you, right? With positive EV betting, you're getting wagers where you have the edge, right? Like you're finding big enough discrepancies to beat the VIG. So what you can see right here is on the first half spread, Bucs minus 1.5, plus 100 on DraftKings, only plus 104 on Pinnacle, which is the sharpest sportsbook in the world. You can get plus 115 on PointsBet or Resorts World. So that's a value bet, right? We're using lines from the sharpest bookmakers, such as Pinnacle, to find these discrepancies in bets with a mathematical edge, right? Every sportsbook sets lines independently. They all add in their 4, 5, 6% VIG into their markets. And then they kind of like, hope they win more than they lose, and they move lines around. If there's a ton of money coming in on the Bucs, they'll move lines towards the Bucs. But these sports books, you can see just for one game how many odds they have on their site. They can't keep everything in check, which is why it's still possible for us as sharp, profitable sports bettors to find great betting opportunities, right? Such as this bet on the Bucs minus 1.5 on the first half spread. That's a great play. Also the total, if you wanted to play over 45.5, looks pretty good in the Bucs-Chiefs game. And Chris Godwin over 17.5 yards for his longest reception. Minus 102 on FanDuel. Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook out there, pricing it at minus 119. DraftKings pricing it at minus 120. So trying to be a price conscious, data-driven sports bettor. But let's get into the pick I have. I like it. He's already scored a touchdown this season, and he's 17-1, right? So, or 16-1. So what we're going with is Jody Fortson. Love it. Plus 1,600. Anytime TD score. I locked it in on FanDuel, very small. You can see right here, it's completely free to browse odds on OddsJam for any sport, you want to look at. NBA, college football, whatever, you can browse odds on OddsJam for free, which is awesome. And look for value, right? So obviously, if we want to play, as an example, Valdez-Scantling, definitely don't play it on Caesars plus 190 when you can get plus 300 on Bet365. Right? Even if you don't have Bet365 in your location, that should be a sign to you that plus 190 is a horrible price. So we're going with an incredible price. He's already scored this season, right? Where is it? Let's get back to my guy right here. Jody Fortson, right here, plus 1,600. Lock it in. Locked and loaded for me. A lot of bets open, and let's make some money.